everyone, and welcome back to another great episode of the Black Marriage Effect podcast. Now guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so that every time I drop a video, you guys will be the first to know. Now, you know we're here, we talk about black love, marriage and relationships, and I'm here to help you guys have peace, love and harmony in your marriage. Now today we've got another special guest. We've got the in-laws in the house. We've got Elijah, my sister's husband. Whoop, whoop. Hey, you alright, Elijah? Hi, that's it, you know. That's what you're getting for now. You're trying to be posh, why? But yeah, so today we're going to speak to Elijah, get his views and experience on marriage, being married to my sister. You know, I'm sure that's been a great ride. Almost 10 years of marriage. But yeah, so first question, just to get a background. Obviously I know about you, they don't know about you, but growing up, what were your views and expectations on marriage as a young man? Because obviously when you're young, you always think these things about marriage, especially seeing your parents being together in the same house and stuff like that. So what were your views on marriage?
To be honest, for me, I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or that's your path in life. So you're born, go to school, graduate.
Yeah.
Even before you even get a job, sometimes you have to marry, and then you figure everything out together. Yeah. So growing up is, for me, my view on marriage then, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, before I got married, it's the right thing to do. You must get married, and if you don't get married, it's not great, or your life is over. So
your life is finished as a man if you're not married. Exactly. And I guess coming from a religious home as well, you guys are Christian, so I guess with marriage, it's something that has to be done if you want to have children and if you want to build a family. Marriage is like you must kind of thing, isn't it?
100%. Without I don't know if your mom's gonna see this, so
my mom watches my videos, you know. Hello, mom. My mom watches my videos.
Religion so much. There's obviously a lot of things that, not a lot of things. There were things that maybe if your mom knew about or heard, she would have not been too pleased. But obviously the good thing is that it's worked out. And we're here now, so
no turning back. 2 kids, mortgage, everything.
So I mean, this is what I'm talking. This is from a religious or a Christian background. That's what I'm saying. So in terms of not moving in with someone before you're married, I know Rosalind, your sister, wasn't keen on that. So this kind of maybe brought our wedding a bit forward. Because I was thinking to myself, I can't continue sharing a house with my sister. Yeah. So we have to move in. Let's move in, get a place together. Yeah. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not married. My mom is gonna X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. That's all right, cool. Yeah. My pride is ting, innit? Opposed than that.
Wow, we're getting top-notch Secret Service.
Yeah. So I mean, I was eventually going to do it. It's not because I want to live with Rosalind or try and save up and all that nonsense. But I was eventually going to do it for decisions and the issues surrounding us living together without being married, having all these morals about unwedded people staying living together and having kids together, all that stuff. Yeah. So this is what made me kind of maybe bring my plans
forward a bit.
3 years forward a bit,
Yeah.
Okay. But my views now have changed, so obviously we can get into that.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Because obviously if you're Christian, you have to, and especially if your parents are heavy in that, you stick to kind of what goes on, and they have a lot of impact on what we do growing up and what we do. Even after we've left the house or you finish university, your parents still have an impact in your life. So just before you got married, what are your expectations of what your marriage would be like?
Expectations, I would say after we get married, kids obviously, but it was more of a, yes, we're going to be a partnership, we're going to achieve everything within 5 years. I had plans in my head that we're going to do this, we're going to do all of this stuff. We're going to travel every 6 months.
Yeah.
So the expectation was like, not fantasy, because most of the plans were achievable. Or in terms of time frame, I think my time frame was just out of this world. It was more Hollywood sort of thinking. But my expectation, obviously, in terms of that's the, I would say, the more business side of the marriage. But in terms of the romantic side and the day-to-day stuff in your own home. Yeah. So I think for me, it wasn't. I never expected, if once I'm married now, my wife's supposed to be at home cooking for me, all that stuff. Now, for me, it was just more of peace. I just needed. Yeah. I know if I'm going out, I'm coming back home. I just want somewhere that is just peaceful and no stress. That was more of my expectation. Like, you know. Yeah. I mean, like growing up and then you go out when you're single and stuff. You go out, go raving. You chase girls, chase boys, wherever. You're not going home to anything tangible. You're going home to think about what you're going to do the next week. Yeah. You're not going home to think about, okay, I need to pick the kids up from school this week. Exactly. I need to make sure that the rent paid, you know, the electricity bills paid, stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, I guess obviously that was growing up and we're younger then, but once you're like your mid-20s, 25, 26, you know, your perspective in life has to start changing. And for me, my expectation was that I needed to now just relax, just chill, none of that stress anymore of like, you know, worrying about social events as opposed to worrying about my family or my wife before I got married and stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah, but to be honest, I've never been that sort of person that always want to go out to rave and stuff or stuff like that. Yeah. But I enjoy more of like being at home. Oh, okay. Or being on my own, you know. I enjoy stuff like that. But now that I'm at home now, the house is so quiet. I want the kids back. I want them back. But, you know, but it's just enjoying like your own space with people that you love dearly.
No, that makes sense. And I guess growing up, it's like, obviously when we're younger and stuff, we kind of see what our parents do, but we don't necessarily put that in our heads that that's what we're going to be doing. Hence why hence why adulting is a real shock for us, because we forget about the bills we have to pay, all this, you know, mortgage or rent or whatever. But yeah, it's true. Like when you get married and you have your family, your expectations on your life changes. It's funny as well how you mentioned that when you come home is somewhere that you want peace as a man. I think that's very important. So what's the general consensus of like men's views on marriage? Like, what do your friends think? What do your circle think? Do you think social media has a part to play as well?
Oh gosh, let's not start with social media. I mean, like, let's go with the real life first. I mean, this is my friend. This is my circle. I think all my male friends are married. Yeah, because I know one of them got married recently as well, didn't they? Yeah, last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so was he the last one in your circle to get married? You say? He's the last one, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, in my experience, like, I've got quite a few different circle of friends. Yeah, and what's your friend's age group? Because how old are you? You're how old for the viewers? Oh gosh, I'm 27 plus. How young are you? Quick maths, 37. Okay, cool. So your friends are around your age range, isn't it? Around about my age, yeah. So okay, between 35 and 38, most of them. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, so all of us are married, obviously. Majority of us are all married. Sorry about that, guys. Can you say that? Sorry, Laj. Can you say that bit again, please? I said, like, I've got like I said, majority of all my friends are married. I've got friends that are married and married and divorced, or married, separated, and then remarried, or starting another family. So, in a sense, we all kind of in a partnership with someone. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. And do you feel like with your friends group, you generally had the same ideas about marriage, or do you feel like things changed? Things are different, rather.
To be honest, I think we all had the same idea about marriage or about settling down with someone. I think all my friends, they've been in a relationship for longer than 10 years, 10, 15 years. So I think that was kind of the next step for them. They would have been in a relationship with this same person even about 5 years to 10 years even before getting married.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So most of them, it's like not their first girlfriends, but maybe their first serious partner before getting married. The relationship before getting married. So yeah, I think the friends that I have and different circles, they all have the same idea of having to settle down with someone or get married to someone.
Oh, okay, cool. That's quite interesting that you say that. You know, all of you have kind of like had the same partner as a long-term relationship. Do you think that makes a difference to the longevity of marriage if like you're together with your partner before you get married for a while, rather than like, you know, meeting your partner and on a short term knowing them, then getting married?
100%. I think so. I don't know. I mean, for us old heads, yeah. I think the new school guys now. I don't know. I see a lot of marriages every weekend on Snapchat. Really young people.
Oh, okay.
I'm not shitting on them. Everyone. Obviously, I think my parents got married in their early 20s. I think my mom was 20 when she had my eldest brother, who's now 42. So
yeah,
you know, so marriages from young always happen. I mean, you didn't know in the world wars, like, people were getting married at the age of 18, you know. So it is what it is. But I think it helps if you know that person very well before you get married. A lot of people think, oh, nothing's going to change because we've been together, and then we get married and it's still going to be the same. I think for some reason, once you get married, or once, I don't know, after that ceremony or the event, something changes. I think it becomes like very formal, and then that's what I think. And I think a lot of people find it difficult to navigate after the marriage ceremony and stuff, even though they've been together for so long. But knowing your partner very well, you can know someone. You can spend a year knowing someone and you know them inside out. You know, or you can spend 10 years. It depends on you as a person.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, it helped in the sense that I was with Rose for 10 years, 15 years before we got married. I don't know if the maths is wrong.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say wait.
about 10 years. About 10 years we were together before we got married. About 8 or 9 years. Yeah. We got married 10th year, and then something like that. Yeah,
because you guys were together from like college, so quite early on.
So from about 18. So about 18, 19. So it's about 20 years now. 20 years will be this year. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. I know, I'm getting out.
Mate. We need to do a celebration. But yeah, so talking to your friends and even with you, what are 5 things that men look for in women when they want to pick a wife?
Oh gosh, I think everyone's different, you know.
Oh, okay.
I think everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone probably have the same idea.
Yeah.
But I think, let's say, for instance, my one, I think for me, the most important thing is probably, the most important thing I would say is just maybe, like, the friendship and the connection. For me, that's the most important thing. But other people would think it's maybe money or, you know, being romantic.
Yeah.
Or being a good cook.
Yeah.
For me, all of that stuff is at the bottom. Cooking, Rosie knows how to cook, but I'll tell you how many times I've said to Rosie, I want to eat something, and then she's like, I'll cook it. I was like, no, don't bother cooking. Like, let's order something, or don't worry, don't stress. You know, for me, there's different things that are not important, but when I say the 5 things, I would say a lot of people, the cliche is communication. Everyone says communication, but I think that's important.
Yeah.
I don't mean, when people say communication, I don't mean things, I think people think it's like, oh, if I have an issue, let's say, if you piss me off, I'm supposed to tell you
that
you've pissed me off. People think that's communicating. I don't, for me, like, the way I communicate, if Rosalind pissed me off, I just keep quiet. I just go about my business, and then she figure out in like 2-3 hours that I'm not talking to her. That's my style of communicating. Staying silent, you know?
Yeah.
That's different way of communicating for me, but when I talk about communicating, I think it's more about planning things together. Yeah. So, you know, you're on the page.
Yeah, that's important.
We could be pissed off at each other.
Yeah.
But the house still runs. Yeah. So she knows that, okay, I'm going to have to pick up the kids today, or she will tell me, oh, she's running late, or X, Y, and Z, you pick up the kids, stuff like that. So even though you're not in good terms for that period of time, that communication still stays. And that's important for me.
Yeah. So you said, so communication is one for you, and then you said friendship as well. Can you give me some, so what attributes do men look for? So the last 3 ones, give me 3 attributes that men look for in women as well when they're looking for their wives.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, she's gonna be easy on the eye, you know.
Shadow much.
you know what it is, You know what it is? Guys are animals anyway. And we always want to have the best. We always want to have the best on our side. Yeah. Best woman, you know. I don't know if I think guys they don't like when someone pervs on their partner. Yeah. But for some, I think something not twisted, but they appreciate that other people appreciate that their wife is pretty. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you mean.
So I think attribute that your wife has to be pretty. Whatever is pretty for you. Yeah, in your own. But as long as I'm not saying like, you know, someone with figure 8s is prettier than more, you know? Your business. But as long as you see that person, you think they're pretty. Yeah.
Whatever's their taste, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. For me, that's one attribute. They gotta be pretty. Obviously, that's more. It's more superficial sort of thing. But again, with that, also they also gotta be good with your family. And good with not necessarily only your family, but good with people. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like good. It's easy for you to be good to your partner's family than it is for you to be good with, I don't know, a stranger or someone at the restaurant or a waiter at the restaurant. So, you know, and I think like if people are rude, if you're rude to a stranger that you're probably never going to see again, it's going to be very easy for you to be rude to my family, you know? Yeah, and I guess
it says a lot about the individual as well when that happens.
Exactly. Yeah. So they got to be good with people. Yeah. Like you know, like everyone. I say to people like, there's no even point of me going out to chase women and stuff because there's 100% that out of the 1,000 people in this room, Rosalind will know 900 of them. Oh, God. And that's how Rosalind is. Rosalind's very good with people.
She is. She's such a people person.
So you can leave her anyway, and then she will make so much friends.
Yeah, she will.
So and also you should be able to. And then I think for me the third thing is you should be able to trust that person.
Oh, okay. So trust as well.
It's trusting as well. And that's it. I mean, it's difficult like, because trusting someone is one of those things where you're putting your life in their hands as well. Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying, when people say trust, is everyone comes to like thinking, oh, he's not going to cheat on me, or she's not going to cheat on me. That's the first thing when people think is trust. It is, trust someone. But for me, my trust is like, I trust that Rosalind's going to get the kids on time today, you know, or Rosalind's not going to forget that